Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's booktube tag is the BBB Indie Booktube Tag 1.0. I guess there's going to be more .0s coming up. And that I was tagged by Jonathan. I like to tag him in a lot of tags, and finally he tagged me. Yay. So this one's kind of short. This is all about indie books and indie writers and all that jazz. I'm pretty sure he tagged me because, one, I tag him and all that stuff, and also because I'm an indie writer. I'll say that I'm a little tired, not completely myself, because I'm getting over food poisoning. Thank you so much, Domino's. And I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. I wanted to do it. I'm doing it, of course, right now. But yeah, it's not gonna be like my usual long tag videos. Also, there's only like 5 questions, so he kept it short and sweet. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet also because I'm gonna probably need a nap after this. So the first question is, name a specific genre that you'd like to see more indie authors write. And I was surprised to learn that sci-fi is not that big. I only knew about that because the sci-fi version of Spiffbo had its last year, like the person that runs it shut it down this year because there wasn't, well, for various reasons, but one of the reasons was there wasn't enough entries, which is a little surprising. I don't know if that's like completely accurate, that not a lot of people that are doing indie work write sci-fi, because I do see some, but yeah, I guess I don't see a lot compared to other genres. I don't see a lot. It's interesting. I don't know why. Number 2, some of the craziest stories ever written are indie published. Name the most extreme underground author you've heard of, and I'm going with 3. Matt Shaw, horror author, probably splatterpunk, extreme horror. I know it's a horror genre. Chandler Morrison, the first few books he published were self-published. And then Wrath James White. I know some people count like small presses as indie, and then if you aren't with any press at all, then you're self-published. So I didn't even like think of that the differences. That's why I say self-published, but sometimes I say indie because I don't want to type out self-published. I don't know. So I guess there is actually a distinction. Indie would be independent author with a small press. Number 3, share an unpopular opinion about indie books, authors, or the overall underground scene based on personal experience. And I would say, what are your goals for publishing? Because you can't just throw up a book that's not edited very well with a bad cover and categories that don't make sense, and you have like 6 different genres within your 150,000 word novel. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's not a finished product, and then people expect that they're gonna make money on that without fixing all that stuff and then also marketing, and then people get upset. And I was like, well, what are your goals? Because I think you are also a little confused. You can't even like really describe your own book in a few sentences, and impossible to describe it in 1 sentence. So how are readers going to feel about that? They're going to skip that over, especially if you did your cover in Canva and then you didn't do any editing, so there's just like typos on every single page, and your formatting is all wonky because you did it on Word, and just like it doesn't, there's too much going on that is negative. But you could have a fantastic story in there. But I think that is really old school self-publishing mentality from like 2014, 2013, where that actually was a little bit more acceptable. Nowadays, in 2023, no, you need to have a cover that makes sense. You need to edit. You have to have a good blurb. You have to be in the right categories. You gotta have to also market whatever your marketing is for people to buy it, because I forget the specific number. Oh, but it's like, it's around 40 million, 50 million, something very high, that of books being published. Like, we're at 40, 50 million books published on Amazon. Really hard right now to be found with no marketing whatsoever. That includes social media, but also like Facebook ads or Amazon ads or BookBub ads. Like, just, there's a lot of books out there on Amazon. So yeah, you gotta have to put in extra work. And do you want to do that work? Or do you think that your goals are different? So really, what are your goals? Who are you writing for? Or do you even want to write for people? Do you just want to write for your friends and family so it doesn't matter? Maybe there are a bunch of typos in there because friends and family and yourself enjoy it no matter what. Like, I don't know, but you have to ask that question. And you also have to accept the fact that if you do put that book up, it is a piece of art, you know, if you think that's a piece of art, but now it's a product to buy, and people might not like that there are a bunch of typos in this book, or it's a mishmash of 5 or 6 different genres, and that's just confusing the reader, and the writing isn't clear, and the summary is not anything like what's in the book, and you know, they're gonna rate and review that book 1 or 2 stars, and then you have to deal with that product not hitting home. And how does that make you feel? Is that going to upset you, or you're like, oh shit, I actually didn't think this through and I'm gonna change everything? And you know, I don't know, but you got to think about it, because it could be like 1 or 2 people do happen to find that book out of 40 or 50 million books out there, and they're like, this is trash, this is a waste of my damn time, what happened here? That is a consequence of just kind of slapping stuff together and going, boop, now make money. Yeah, not how that works anymore. Number 4, the indie scene's all about making new discoveries. Share your primary means of discovering new indie books to read. And really that is either Goodreads or Amazon. And since joining Brian Cohen's ad school, I have been able to find indie books easier than just the traditionally published books, because I didn't even know like how to search like a regular reader. I still don't. I have, you know, problems with that, but like, I had no idea that like the vast majority of urban fantasy books are actually small press or self-published, and that's the same for like coloring books and a good chunk of children's books, for example, as well. Like, I didn't know that. I thought really like the majority of the books that you see are traditionally published on like top 50, top 100. And now I can tell like which ones aren't, and I'm like, good for you, yay. Number 5, word of mouth helps others discover something interesting about the underground scene. Tag people. I'm gonna tag Margaret, Thomas, and Jeremy, because I know that they are indie authors. I was going to tag like people that read indie, but I guess this is for indie authors, so I'm gonna tag those 3. And hopefully that works, Jonathan. Or maybe I misread the question. I'm a little hazy right now. Thank you so much for watching and going on this ride with me, even though I'm a little sick still, but I'm working on it. And thank you for Jonathan once again for tagging me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!